I'll start with Buccaneers Seahawks, which Albert, I had the Bucs in the NFC Championship game in my season preview, which I felt good about. I underplayed the Seahawks a little bit just because I thought that the 49ers and the Rams were going to be so good that they would still kind of edge them out a little bit, but I thought that they would be better. I thought this was an NFC title game preview. Both of these teams looked absolutely phenomenal. I did not want this to end. So, I mean, everything about this game was great. This was the best. So,
I mean, even the Levante David pick, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can't kill Sam Darnold for it too much because it went off of Logan Hall's helmet. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that was just a great individual play. Like, I had Levante David on the phone after the game, and it was like, my first question was like, I don't think people realize how hard that is to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To track a ball, you see it coming out of the quarterback's hands. Okay, I got it. Oh, wait a minute. It grazed this guy's helmet. Now I have to track it.
Yeah.
And how fast that's all happening in front of him. That game had it all. And like, I think you're right. Like, I think Seattle showed us something too, right?
I mean, look at the box score of this game.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what you want from an NFL football game. You have on the Bucs side, Emeka Egbuka. Don't ask Rob Gronkowski to say that, by the way. Did you see that?
Or Conor Orr. It's a Mecca.
Shit. Emeka Egbuka.
How dare you, my Ohio State receiver? How dare you, Emeka Egbuka?
Did you see?
And just for people who don't know, the G is silent. It's Emeka Egbuka.
Emeka Egbuka.
Emeka Egbuka.
All right, I did better than.
You did better than
Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, you did better than Rob. Well, what do you call it? A big bow?
Emeka Egbuka.
I love how everybody has no problem with it too. Who's anybody else? You know what I mean? Like, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Gronk, haha!" Like, you know, like.
I mean, that is okay. I did it wrong too, but.
But like, and how intent Gronk is when he says it too. Like, he'll be saying something, he'll get like that really serious look on his face, like he's like Emeka Egbuka, like, and then he'll go into it, and then they'll go to a wide shot, and like three guys have their heads in their hands, laughing. Like,
I do that. Like, I'm gonna get filleted in the comments for this, and Rob gets to do that, and then everyone's like, "Ha! Here's $18 million." For your work on Sunday. But anyway, Emeka
he's probably making more to do that job than he was to be making to be the greatest tight end of all time.
He probably made more saying that just in that little window of time than I will for like an entire season of NFL podcasting. But that's fine. We're all very happy to be here. Emeka Egbuka had 7 catches for 163 yards. Jackson Smith and Jigba had 8 for 132. You had
if any great high school receivers out there are wondering where they should go to school.
Anyway, you had Kenneth Walker with almost 100 yards.
Yep.
You had Charbonnet at 4 yards a carry. Like
Bucky Irving is kind of an interesting wrinkle to the whole thing too, which I think. I honestly think that's the one thing, like, as well as these teams played, I think this showed us a little something about Baker Mayfield. Okay. Chris Godwin's not like at full capacity. Mike Evans is out. They're still without 2 starting offensive linemen, right? No Bucky Irving. And he absolutely, I mean, that throw he made at the end to Sterling Shepard to win to tie the game was bonkers. And I hate to do if this was somebody else, but if Josh Allen was making that play, there would have been like the mind blown emojis all over.
Oh, for sure. Media. I agree.
You know, like that was a Josh Allen type of play where he was, you know, he escaped. He did the Houdini act out of the pocket, escaped, rolled left and threw across his body into the back of the end zone to find Sterling Shepard. I mean, to me, you know, like there's that difference between with great quarterbacks. I think there are very few quarterbacks where there are a lot of quarterbacks you can win with, like where if everything's around them, you can win with them, right? And then there's that smaller group where you're winning because of them. Like, I feel like Baker was that guy yesterday, right?
I have to tell you about this game-changing product I use before a night out with drinks, and it's called pre-alcohol. Zbiotics pre-alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking, and here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's a buildup of this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for rough days after drinking. Pre-alcohol uses an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make pre-alcohol your first drink of the night. Drink responsibly, and you'll feel great tomorrow. Look, guys, I won't lie. I was a bit on the fence about this initially, but then I was hanging out down at the clubhouse watching Monday Night Football, took it down for myself and a bunch of my friends. We all gave it a shot, and believe me, it's the real deal. Fall is right around the corner, so that means it's time to raise a glass to your favorite team, whether you're tailgating, enjoying college game day, watching Sunday action on that fancy new TV. Don't forget about Zbiotics pre-alcohol probiotic drink. Drink a pre-alcohol before drinking and enjoy great days after celebrating all season long. Go to zbiotics.com/MMQB to learn more and get 15% off your first order when you use MMQB at checkout. Zbiotics is backed with a 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to head back to zbiotics.com/MMQB. Use the code MMQB at checkout for 15% off. Here's the incredible stat that I just keep coming back to. And think about how many quarterbacks we have seen come and go in our lifespan of covering the NFL. Okay. He is the first quarterback in NFL history to throw for more than 375 yards with fewer than 5 incompletions. Think about that for a second.
Wait, so more than 350 with fewer than 5
More than 375.
Okay. So that's specific. That means somebody did it with 350. But yeah.
Probably someone did it with 350. Yeah.
Yeah.
But fewer than 5 incompletions.
Yeah.
That is against that defense. And anyone out there who was saying, oh, they scored a lot of points, defense isn't good. Watch the way that Mike McDonald blitzed Baker Mayfield, and it was like he was standing in Tampa Bay's huddle. He knew exactly where Baker was going to be rolling out. He knew exactly how he was going to throw the ball, and he would send pressure right into the thick of it. Like, and Todd Bowles was the same way on the other side. Excellent blitzer. This was just a great game of the best against the best at their best to steal a title of a great former SI story.
With everything that's happened in the AFC now too, with the Ravens having the injury issues they have and falling to 1-4, and like the Bills scuffling a little bit and the Chiefs scuffling a little bit, and the Bengals, like with Joe Burrow down, I almost feel like maybe the quality at the top of the NFC might be better right now. Like, you take these two, you add the Eagles, the Lions, the Niners, the Rams. Like, it's weird, but I mean, is the NFC the stronger conference 5 weeks into the year? I wouldn't have thought I would say that, but right now it might be. And it's because of teams like this, like where I think these were two good teams last year, and it looks like they're elevating into being something more than that. And I think it's in part because of the quarterback play, of course, but they're also really well-rounded rosters, and we've talked, of course, and had fun with you over how they detached from the Brady era, and like how their detachment from their Brady era was much cleaner than the Patriots' detachment for theirs, and how they were able to turn over that core and get younger all over the place. And so we see that. And then Seattle, I mean, I think you got to give like John Schneider some credit here for really what they did with all the capital from the Russell Wilson trade, you know, and how they've built now, and the young stars they have. It's Kenneth Walker, it's Jackson Smith and Jigba, it's Charles Cross, who's a foundational left tackle for them. AJ Barner, like I've been really impressed with him, And being that young all over the place, right? And having a quarterback who's relatively affordable, like Sam's making good money, but he's not making like, Allen Mahomes money. I think has allowed them to go and roll the dice on some veterans like a Cooper Kupp. So Seattle's in a really nice place too. I don't know. I mean, like I look at the totality of this. I would love to see these two teams play again, and I felt that way coming out of the Tampa game last week where they lost to Philly after that comeback. I'm like, these two teams are going to see each other again. Like this felt like another one of those. Like the NFC playoffs could be a blast.
Let's move on. There's a couple.
By the way, if they do play again in the playoffs, let's see them in those uniforms again.
Well, I mean, this one, the icy or the not the icy ones. That was the Bills, but the
right. That was one that, in case you're not aware, that was one that was reflecting the hard-edged winners of Western New York.
I love that, but we do need more creamsicle. We need more creamsicle. We need more. It just needs to happen all the time, and the Seahawks need more throwbacks too. I mean, like they did. I mean, that was an all-time just like chef's kiss uniform matchup. Which
the Seahawks, I actually thought so. The Buccaneers. It's interesting not to get off on a tangent, but the Buccaneers, like their uniform, no one thought those were good looking when they were actually wearing them. I got news for all the kids. Like back in my day, those colors were a sign of ineptitude. No one liked Bucko Bruce. No one liked the creamsicle look. And when they got rid of them, it was applauded in the mid 90s, right? The Seahawks are different. I think people liked those Seahawks uniforms when they were wearing them. And then they went to all this new age stuff that, I don't know, wasn't, I don't think anybody was overjoyed when the Seahawks went away from the uniforms they were wearing back then in like the Cortez Kennedy days.
I miss it. I think it's nostalgic, and you know what? Our age bracket runs the world now, Albert, theoretically, and so in terms of at least buying dumb shit on the internet. So give us more throwbacks, and we will purchase them.
Contrary to popular belief, me and Conor were born in the same decade.
Kind of.
It's true. I was born 2 weeks before Miracle on Ice. I was born in 1980.
I thought you were a 1978 guy for some reason. I don't know why.
Wow.
I mean, 1978, 1980 are not that different. Let's be real. I mean, it's not.
There will come a time when you will be offended if somebody says you were born in what would be 86. Is that right?
I was born in 88. I had a
right. No, but I'm saying like 86 would be your 78.
Yeah, I could see that. Someone came up to me the other day. I've been getting a lot of sirs recently, and I was like, you got to stop that. And someone came up to me the other day. I was wearing a Grateful Dead hat at an amusement park with my kids, and one of the guys who works for one of the rides at Legoland came over, and he was like, "Hey, I just have a weird question." And I was like, "What?" And he said, like, we were all talking, and we're like, "What does your hat mean? Is it like a symbol for something?" And I was like, "The Grateful Dead?" And he was like, "Yeah. What is that?" And I was like, "Oh my God." And I mean, this is, it's just going to keep happening, I guess. And I guess even though that band was before my time, I thought clearly.
So like now you're like the deadhead sticker on a Cadillac guy.
I am.
Yeah, you are.
So sad.